Hello guys, so this video was supposed to be about JavaScript, but I think before we start with JavaScript, I have got some messages on Instagram that if we should learn Python, AI, ML, basically artificial intelligence and machine learning. Well, if it was 2014, then I would say yes. But in 2024, I would say no. Yes, it can be controversial, but why I am saying no is, let's say you are a very good AI ML developer. You are building human detection systems, motion detection systems. Now, let's say motion tracking systems or something. Well, if you can build highly, very good motion detection systems for the defense sector, then really good, then it will be my yes. But if you are doing it using Python, normally learning from YouTube and not into it from the last 5 to 10 years, at least 6 years minimum, then what will happen is you will eventually build anti-theft systems, staff recognition, and then systems like head count in clubs and pubs and hotels and for businesses, and giving detailed machine learned report, doing web scraping and giving the report of uh, you know report of competitors or something. But if it would be 2024, then there was still a chance that you get hired for 2000 to 5000 US dollars a month, even from even if you are in India. Yes, there was a chance. But right now there are AI based products and embedded products in electronics which are built in China, are already sold. You might have seen in the banks or in some offices that people are just going there, showing their face and doors opening. So what's that? It's face recognition system. But if you go to Alibaba.com and see the price, if you see the price of that system, you will get an idea that if the system is sold for $20 or let's say $8 and mass produced, and the code which needs to be written once in a while. Let's say they could have went to any independent IT company, but let's say they came to you or they hired you and they paid you $2000 or $5000 a month for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and then no. And then the code is done, the job is done, the products in the market, product is going on. New products might be researched or are manufactured, but eventually with AI, the embedded coders, and with the GitHub open source projects, and with cheap labor, especially from Africa and Asia, they are already getting the job done in $200. Then why would they pay $5000 for months? So, in the amount of $20,000 investment, they could have built their own separate unit of another new product with machines. So, the problem comes here. Okay, let's say you are not into that and you are building something like ChatGPT. That's really good. If you are planning to use the APIs, Even a normal full stack developer can build ChatGPT itself if it has the API of the ChatGPT. But if you are already good at machine learning and you can build your own ChatGPT like model, let me give you an example. Hugging Face uh, GitHub. Okay, there are like 262 free models developed by someone else or a group of people or contributors in open source, which are already available for free, but none is as good as ChatGPT or Meta AI or Google's Gemini or many others. None is as good as this. And even if the models you build are better than ChatGPT, it still requires resources. Do you know how much resources ChatGPT requires? It requires on every prompt it requires resources as much as resources is enough to start a car in a standby condition. For example, if I start my car, it takes some amount of power or electricity and some amount of combustion in the engine, if it's a diesel engine or petrol engine or a gas engine. If it's EV, then on the start the flow of current will start flowing. So the thing is, AI is still a costly field and it's gonna be a costly field. Google is developing their own nuclear plants to power their AI models because they know that AI models are the future and people are not gonna search on Google anymore. They will search on their AI platforms. They will ask different questions to AI. So it's a costly field. If you are an independent developer like me, or better than me, or maybe you're gonna be better than me, and that's true in real, you're gonna be better than me in future. But are we sure that we can invest the amount of time, money, and energy for a project which is already freely available to the people? I know they're gonna start charging or selling the extra privilege services sooner or later or show ads or something. But for now, from the last 1.5 years, it's all free. So in the 1.5 years, they have I read about it. The CEO of OpenAI was speaking to a news outlet. He said that we are ready to burn 40 billion US dollars in 1 year. So with this we can get an idea that the field is costly. Yes, you can get the investors or something, but if that was the plan and if you're gonna depend on the investors, then the use of technology is not, you are not using it correctly. So that's the reason I am not going into that part. The Yes, this one, AIML, and we're not going to teach that or show any kind of path routes or roadmaps for that. We will focus on full stack development, which is still alive and it's going to stay alive for the next 5 to 10 years. AI will be helpful to you and people will stop coding, but the knowledge of the coding will be still required because after AI writes the code, you still need humans to read that code and decide that yes, if it's correct or not, if it's what they intended. So that's all about this video. That's the reason we are not going to AIML. part, and that's pretty much costly field. And I don't want you guys to spend years on something which is given for free for 1.5 years. In 1.5 years, you could have built your own house. You know, that's what full stack development is about, and that's what we are aiming for. Thank you.